The advent of modern digital recording technology has given thousands of bands access to the studio that otherwise wouldn't have the means. The cost of making a record has plummeted, and unfortunately, so has the quality. Technology has taken the place of talent. Musicians, engineers, and producers have all become fucking lazy. It's all too easy to fix a mediocre performance, and the fans deserve better. The fans deserve better. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. The mediocre bullshit that's being served up to the fans is like a supertanker oil spill. It's fucking mind-blowing the amount of auto-tune vocals out there. Time-aligned drums. Time-aligned guitars. How the fuck is this music? Let's check out this hideous performance from Britney Spears. Yeah, it's pretty fucking awful, isn't it? Her producer claims that it's a warm-up. I call bullshit. If she was warming up, there would be coughing, there would be missed lines, there'd be, hey, can you turn my vocal up in the headphones? But the cadence is way too perfect for this to be just a warm-up. This is a keeper take, and this shit happens way too much these days. Look, we all know that Britney Spears' talent lied in being exceptionally good looking and shaking her ass. And now that she's getting older, it's not so much the case anymore. It's painfully obvious she can't fucking sing. But this just isn't happening in the pop realm. The mediocrity has spread like the plague through the world of metal. And it's no longer do it till it's right. It's more like, close enough, we'll fix it later. And what music labels have been dumping on us for the last 10 years now are simulated performances played on simulated instruments, presented through simulated amplifiers, and giving us the sum total of simulated talent. Let me see here. Yeah, sampled drums, great. Shitty vocals, absolutely. Shitty auto-tune vocals, yep, got that too. Generic boring guitar sound, yep. Oh, I can't wait for these guys to put out another fucking record. Yes, please, sign me up. You guys fucking rule. You out of your fucking minds? What the fuck is this shit? The fans deserve better. As a young metal fan, the records I laid my hard-earned cash down for didn't have auto-tune. The vocalist had to nail his part. There was no time alignment for drums. Drummers had to nail it or go home. Hell, back then even Lars Ulrich had to be able to play. There was no sample replacement on drums either. And if there was, it sounded like a fucking joke. Bass players back then still sucked and drove their producers crazy with their lack of musical ability. Then, in 1997, an engineer working for the Exxon Corporation developed a technology that would become autotune. And let's just be clear here. The corporation that's responsible for destroying the Alaskan coastline is also responsible for destroying music. And let's be completely honest here. This is exactly what's happening. Music is being destroyed because the human element is being edited out. Lame, weak performances are being polished to be passable. Superior performances are being edited to be bland, stale, and technically perfect. Music is being altered not because it's necessary, but merely because it can be done. Beat Detective and other time alignment methods are being abused so much these days that a skilled drummer really isn't needed anymore. Why practice when you can sample replace weak hits and have R2-D2 play the drums back perfectly aligned to a tempo? And there are some amazing sample sets out there. The only problem is everyone is using them! This is making music bland, stale, and boring. And the really important question that nobody seems to be asking is any of this digital alteration making music better? And the only answer is, fuck no! Why? Because it's fucking boring. It's too polished, too produced, and not fucking real. Take a look at this mediocre bullshit. The one question I would like to ask Alexandria is, can anybody in this band actually fucking sing? Because it doesn't matter what kind of studio wizardry the engineer puts on this mix, nothing is going to convince me that they are that exciting live. Not with that amount of autotune anyway. It's fucking weak, it's fucking lame, and the fans deserve better. And let's get something straight. I'm not saying amp sims and sample replacement are bad all the time. You know what? They're fantastic writing tools. And that's where they really should be used for a band jamming in their bedrooms or in their basements or whatever. I want to see these bands write good fucking songs. I really do. But it shouldn't be used as a main production tool in the studio. The studio should be for capturing the best performance possible. Here's a little exercise. Let's apply modern production techniques to classic records. Would Auto-Tune and Beat Detective make Bohemian Rhapsody any better? For that matter, would pitch correcting Bad News help any? No. And that's just two examples of the same song. One, a stellar, magnificent performance. The other, well, maybe not so stellar. But Auto-Tune in either case would have destroyed the emotional impact of the music. Next, let's look at The Number of the Beast. Now, this is one of my favorite production stories. Martin Birch made Bruce Dickinson do the I lived alone, my mind was blank intro so many times that Dickinson lost his fucking mind. He was pushed to the point where he's throwing chairs across the studio. Why can't I just do the fucking scream? And Birch was something along the lines of, well, no, Bruce, let's get this part right. And so it went. For hours. And then, finally, and I'm totally paraphrasing here, okay, Bruce, that was pretty good. I think we got it. Now you can do the scream. And that, my friends, is how you make great music. Now, if this had been recorded using modern techniques, the intro would have been about, 2-3 takes, and then maybe a little fix up and auto-tune in the mix process, and then they do the scream. And that scream wouldn't have had anywhere near the same impact. And that's what I'm getting at here, is the difference between pushing sound out of a speaker and making music. Machines push sound. People make music. And look, just because I'm from an earlier generation doesn't mean I'm saying music in my day was better. There's still some really great shit out there. You've just got to look harder to find it. You know, bands that still play real drums, still play real instruments, and don't use auto-tune. Yes, they fucking exist. And yes, you know what? They're pretty damn good too. As an engineer or a producer, you can clean up a performance till it's damn close to perfection. It might even sound decent, but it will never, ever be great.